Retail giants on the brink. These popular stores may disappear in 2025 for decades. Some of the biggest retail brands have been a part of our daily lives, selling everything from groceries and clothing to home essentials. But 2025 is proving to be a tough year for the retail industry, with several well-known companies struggling to stay afloat. Rising debt, plummeting sales, and fierce competition are pushing even the most established names toward bankruptcy. Across the country, thousands of businesses, whether large national chains or small family-run stores, are shutting down, leaving employees jobless and customers wondering where to shop next. If you've ever stepped into these stores, this might be your last chance before they vanish forever. Let's take a look at 15 of the biggest American retail brands that might not survive another year. 1. Big Lots, the discount store. Facing a crisis, Big Lots has long been a go-to destination for budget-friendly furniture, home goods, and seasonal decorations. But behind the shelves of discounted products, the company is in serious trouble. In the past year, same-store sales have dropped by a staggering 14.6%, a clear sign that fewer customers are visiting. On top of that, Big Lots is drowning in $2.6 billion of debt and is projected to lose over $250 million in 2024 alone. With inflation forcing consumers to cut back on non-essential purchases, Big Lots' most popular items are being left on the shelves. As a result, the company has already begun closing stores, with plans to shut down as many as 315 locations, nearly a third of its total stores across the country. But that's not all. The rapid rise of online shopping has made it even harder for Big Lots to compete. Unlike giants like Amazon and Walmart, online sales account for less than 5% of the company's total revenue, a major disadvantage in today's digital age. Analysts predict that Big Lots may file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in early 2025, leading to even more store closures and the potential loss of 22,000 jobs. If Big Lots has been your go-to store for affordable home essentials, this could be your last chance to shop before it disappears. 2. Jo-Ann Fabrics, the end of a creative haven. For generations, Jo-Ann Fabrics has been more than just a store. It has been a creative sanctuary for crafters, DIY enthusiasts, and small business owners. Whether you've needed fabric for a sewing project, supplies for handmade gifts, or decor for special occasions, Jo-Ann has been the place to go. But now, it's on the verge of collapse. In 2024, Jo-Ann's revenue plummeted by a shocking 99.4%, while its debt skyrocketed to over $1 billion. The pandemic's lingering effects, supply chain issues, changing shopping habits, and rising inflation have made it nearly impossible for the company to recover. The crafting boom that surged during lockdowns has faded, leaving Jo-Ann struggling to attract customers. As a result, Jo-Ann is considering Chapter 11 bankruptcy, which could lead to the closure of 30% of its nearly 800 stores. If your local Jo-Ann store disappears, where will you turn for fabric, quilting materials, and DIY supplies? Big competitors like Walmart, Target, and Amazon now offer similar products at lower prices, making it even harder for Jo-Ann to stay in business. With a 25% drop in operational profits, the company is finding it difficult to invest in digital updates or store renovations, something that rivals have done successfully. But this isn't just about numbers. Jo-Ann employs nearly 22,000 people, many of whom have spent their careers helping customers bring their creative visions to life. If Jo-Ann shuts down, it won't just be a business loss. It will be the end of an era for artists, makers, and DIYers who have relied on it for years. If Jo-Ann has ever been part of your creative journey, now might be the time to show your support before it's too late. 3. JCPenney, a retail icon in freefall. JCPenney was once a pillar of American shopping. Many of us have fond memories of back-to-school shopping, holiday sales, and family outings at this department store. But the truth is, JCPenney has been on a downward spiral for over a decade, and time may be running out. After declaring bankruptcy in 2020, the company attempted a comeback, but it has struggled to regain its former glory. In 2024, JCPenney saw a 7.8% decline in same-store sales, a clear indication that fewer shoppers are walking through its stores. Meanwhile, the company is buried under $4.1 billion in debt, with interest payments making recovery even harder. At its peak, JCPenney had over 1,100 stores across the U.S. But in recent years, it has closed 175 locations, bringing its total down to 650 outlets, and more closures could be on the way. If you still rely on JCPenney for affordable clothing, home goods, or cosmetics, your local store might not be around much longer. The biggest challenge: competition. Amazon, Target, and Macy's are stealing away customers, offering better online shopping experiences and more attractive deals. Even budget retailers like TJ Maxx and Ross are luring away bargain hunters. While JCPenney has tried to modernize, its online sales still make up only 15% of total revenue, a fraction compared to its competitors. This isn't just about losing a store. It's about losing an American institution that has served families for generations. 50,000 employees still work at JCPenney, but their future remains uncertain. Unless the company pulls off a miracle turnaround, 2025 could mark the end of this once beloved brand. 4. Neiman Marcus, luxury retail on the edge. Neiman Marcus has always been synonymous with high-end fashion, designer jewelry, and luxury shopping experiences. But even the wealthy are tightening their budgets, and Neiman Marcus is feeling the impact. Despite emerging from bankruptcy in 2020 with reduced debt, the company's troubles have only grown. In 2024, sales dropped by 12%, proving that even high-income shoppers are becoming more cautious. Rising interest rates have made Neiman Marcus' $1 billion debt even harder to manage, putting enormous pressure on the business. One of the biggest issues: a slow transition to e-commerce. While competitors like Nordstrom and Saks Fifth Avenue have invested heavily in digital shopping experiences, Neiman Marcus has lagged behind. Today, online sales make up only 30% of its total revenue, shockingly low in an era where digital convenience rules the luxury market. As a result, Neiman Marcus has been forced to shrink its footprint, cutting down to 36 stores nationwide. Even its flagship store in Dallas, Texas, is struggling to maintain sales and cover operating costs. More closures could be on the horizon, raising questions about whether Neiman Marcus can survive the changing retail landscape. In a world where shopping habits are evolving rapidly, even luxury brands are not immune to failure. If Neiman Marcus disappears, it will mark the end of an era in high-end fashion retail. Neiman Marcus, a luxury brand, losing its prestige. Neiman Marcus has long been a symbol of elegance and exclusivity, offering high-end fashion and luxury goods to devoted shoppers. However, some of its most loyal customers are now expressing their disappointment, claiming that the brand has lost the prestige that once set it apart. The shift toward more accessible pricing and a broader consumer base has left longtime shoppers feeling alienated. This once glamorous emblem of ambition and opulence may soon face oblivion unless drastic changes are made. If you've ever splurged on a once-in-a-lifetime purchase or turned to Neiman Marcus for a special occasion, now is the time to show your support. Without a major turnaround or a fresh strategy, this luxury retailer may soon disappear, marking the end of an era in high-end shopping. Rite Aid, legal troubles and financial collapse. For decades, Rite Aid has been a trusted neighborhood pharmacy, a place where many Americans picked up their prescriptions. household essentials, and health products. But today, the company is facing an overwhelming crisis that may lead to its downfall. Rite Aid is currently drowning in $3.3 billion in debt and is also entangled in over $1 billion in lawsuits related to its alleged involvement in the opioid epidemic. These legal battles have not only drained its financial resources, but also damaged its reputation, causing many loyal customers to take their business elsewhere. Adding to its struggles, Rite Aid has failed to keep up with competitors like Walgreens and CVS, both of which have expanded their services with walk-in clinics, advanced digital platforms, and modernized shopping experiences. As a result, Rite Aid has announced plans to close 400 underperforming stores by 2024, leaving many communities without easy access to a pharmacy. But the impact goes beyond store closures. Over 45,000 employees now face an uncertain future as the company restructures. For many, Rite Aid was more than just a job. It was a stable career and a source of livelihood. If you've ever relied on Rite Aid for medication, convenience, or customer service, now may be the last time you can support your local store before it's gone forever. Foot Locker, a sneaker giant. Stumbling for sneaker lovers and athletes, Foot Locker has been a go-to destination for decades. Whether it was waiting in line for a limited edition release or picking up a fresh pair for the next big game, this retailer has been part of sneaker culture for years. But now, Foot Locker is facing serious challenges that could push it out of business. In 2024, Foot Locker reported a 10% drop in sales, translating to a $35 million net loss in just one quarter. The decline of shopping malls, where many of its stores are located, has severely impacted foot traffic, making it harder for the brand to attract customers. But the biggest blow came from Nike, which accounts for 65% of Foot Locker's inventory. Nike has shifted its focus to selling directly to consumers, cutting out wholesale partnerships like Foot Locker. With fewer exclusive sneaker drops, the store is losing its edge among dedicated shoe collectors. E-commerce giants like Amazon and direct-to-consumer brands like Adidas are further eroding Foot Locker's market share. Despite efforts to boost online sales, digital purchases still only make up 20% of Foot Locker's total revenue, a stark contrast to competitors that have fully embraced online shopping. In response to these struggles, Foot Locker plans to close 400 underperforming stores by 2026, many of which are located in struggling malls. This will result in thousands of job losses and leave many sneakerheads without their go-to store. If you've ever loved the thrill of finding the perfect pair of kicks in person, this could be your last chance to do so before Foot Locker disappears for good. The Container Store. Struggling to stay organized. For years, the Container Store has been a sanctuary for those looking to declutter their homes and streamline their spaces. Whether you needed a custom closet system or simple storage bins, this retailer had a solution. But now, the Container Store itself is struggling to keep its business organized. In 2024, the company saw a 20% drop in sales, with annual revenue falling below $900 million, a dramatic decline from its peak. The company also suffered a $25 million loss in the most recent quarter, signaling that financial trouble is mounting fast. The biggest problem? Competition. Amazon, Walmart, and Target all offer similar storage solutions at lower prices, making it difficult for the Container Store to justify its premium pricing. Its flagship Alpha Closet systems, once a major revenue driver, are now considered a luxury that many homeowners can't afford due to rising inflation and economic uncertainty. While the Container Store has attempted to expand its online presence, e-commerce still only accounts for less than 30% of its total sales, a major disadvantage in today's digital-driven retail world. With fewer customers visiting physical locations, the company has begun closing underperforming stores, leading to job losses among its 5,000 employees. Adding to the uncertainty, the Container Store's stock has plunged more than 60% in the past year, raising concerns about its long-term survival. If you've ever turned to the Container Store to help organize your life, now might be the time to show your support before it's too late. Express, a fashion brand fading away. Once a major player in American fashion retail, Express was the go-to store for stylish workwear, trendy outfits, and statement accessories. But today, it's a shadow of its former self, struggling to remain relevant in an industry that's rapidly changing. In 2024, Express saw a 6% decline in same-store sales, bringing its total revenue down to just $1.6 billion, a sharp drop from its peak. Worse yet, the company reported net losses of over $200 million, making it clear that profitability is slipping further out of reach. The biggest challenge? Fast fashion giants like Zara, H&M, and Shein have taken over the market, offering stylish clothing at lower prices and faster turnaround times. Express has also fallen behind in the digital space. While competitors have shifted heavily toward online shopping, Express's e-commerce sales account for just 30% of its total revenue, far below industry leaders. Another issue is its reliance on brick-and-mortar stores, many of which are located in struggling malls. With declining foot traffic and high leasing costs, the company has been forced to shut down dozens of stores and plans to close even more in 2025. These closures will result in 9,000 job losses, leaving employees uncertain about their future. To make matters worse, Express's stock has lost over 70% of its value in the past year, raising doubts about whether the brand can survive much longer. If you've ever shopped at Express for a bold new outfit or professional wardrobe staples, this could be your last opportunity before the brand fades into history. Fossil, a once iconic brand facing extinction. For many, Fossil was the go-to destination for stylish yet affordable accessories, from watches to bags and wallets. But today, the brand is in the midst of an existential crisis, struggling to keep up with the rapidly evolving fashion and tech landscape. At its peak, Fossil regularly reached $3 billion in sales. However, in 2024, the company reported a 12% decline in sales, bringing its total annual revenue down to $1.7 billion. Worse yet, net losses surpassed $90 million, raising serious concerns about its ability to survive financial hardships in the future. The biggest challenge for Fossil: the rise of smartwatches and wearable technology. Apple, Samsung, and other tech giants have revolutionized the wristwear market,